Thank you, Eddie. Well, it happened 3 times in the past 2 weeks that police know of. Women drugged and sexually assaulted in St. John's. Police were quick to warn the public in an advisory yesterday, but some of that messaging hasn't been well received. NTV's Danielle Barron joins us live now to explain. Danielle?
Lynn, it was an online poster circulated by the RNC warning women of these most recent cases of date rape that has some women's advocacy groups upset, and that's because of the use of the phrase, "don't be a victim." It's hard to consider in the light of day, but at night, this can be a dangerous place. Just ask Melissa Blackmore.
A blur of the dance floor, and then seeing my friend look at me, and then him carrying me outside of the club and laying me down on the sidewalk while trying to get a cab. That's pretty much all I remember from that night.
The RNC doesn't believe these 3 most recent cases are connected. They're hesitant to make any assumptions about the reports, refusing to say whether they believe there are more victims.
Well, I don't want to really, come out here and tell you what we are investigating and what we're not. But what I can tell you is that we will take all the investigative steps necessary, and we will address each and every piece of evidence that comes across our investigators' desk.
That includes these surveillance cameras, but police don't have access to what happens inside the doors of bars. That's why some business owners have taken it upon themselves to install their own security systems. Jessica Berry started a feminist collective 6 months ago. While she thanks the RNC for the information, she says the messaging is wrong because it focuses on the responsibility of the victim, which she calls problematic.
It sort of contributes to a narrative where you're saying that, well, had you been more careful, had you done something differently, had you watched your drink, had you not walked home alone, had you worn something different, then this might not have happened to you. And that's not the case. We know that's not the case, and we know that's the responsibility is with the perpetrators and not with the victims.
The RNC, meanwhile, says its focus was on public safety.
Well, I want to be very, very clear here that this is a crime. It's a very serious crime. And the perpetrator is the person who's responsible here. At no time are we placing any blame on the victim.
Blackmore knows all too well how quickly it can happen. Out for a good time and drugged when she wasn't looking.
It's definitely a wake-up call. And I tell everybody whenever you go downtown now, be careful, watch your drink.
I think that the information is important. I think that every time that we put public messaging out there that reinforces a narrative that is problematic in the long run, I think that that's not okay. And what I really think is that this problem needs a broader strategy for addressing sexual assault and rape culture.
If caught, those responsible could face drug and assault charges. The RNC is asking anyone who witnesses suspicious activity to contact police. Lynn?
Thank you very much. NTV's Danielle Barron reporting live for us this evening.